Okay, so I really regret that after I finished watching this with my friend, that I ended the recording because we continued talking a little bit about this. Mainly Mario Kart for me, but I just wanted to make a separate video to talk about this. It's like this part, that's loud. This part, they slide on the ground, which also kind of shows that they could be used as a mouse. And right here is where that sensor was for the mouse. So just sliding it across here to maybe indicate that that's how you use it, but yeah. And I don't remember if I don't think I mentioned it in the other video, but right here where you normally see the C button, they don't show that. They don't actually have like this C mark on it. It's just blank for the time being cuz all they showed was the hardware and Mario Kart. They just showed the console and there's not really much reason to actually have people speculate more than they already are. Because if you show a C here, it's just gonna be like, what the hell is that for? But it's different. I promise, it's different than just showing a button here and not explaining it. Because you'd react the same way. But also, when do I start talking about Mario Kart? Because what all did I mention for this? I mentioned the sticks. Like supposedly, I thought they were different. Like having a little groove going in. I don't know how to explain it. Like imagine if this design was inverted to where it goes. It's the middle section right here is at the height, and then over here is at like the minimum, whatever the fuck. I don't know that term. But like imagine it's high around here and it gets lower going into the middle. I figured that's how it would be for the sticks, but oh well. Uh I really don't know what else I could talk about. Like also I thought it was funny for this. Like yeah, it's the OG model, but like that's not the OLED. I thought it was funny that they just didn't use the OLED. I don't know how I just noticed the headphone jack stays. The headphone jack is here in the year of our Lord 2025. That's crazy. And I saw people talk about this kickstand as if it being super flimsy. Like, yeah, I kind of get it because it's like really thin, but like, I don't think it's gonna be as flimsy as you say the first one is. Like, this is just the OLED one, but like objectively way better. Because it's like less they, it probably costs a lot less for them to make that. Yeah, no C button right there, so you're probably just saving it until the direct probably. I don't know if this. It's an animation, so it's hard to tell, but it's still probably an LCD screen. But also, speaking of the screen, it got bigger, but that is still a giant bezel. Hold on, I'm turning on my OLED. How different is this? There's still a bezel, but this one seems way bigger. But and another thing I mentioned for the dock, I hope it goes in from the back and not like how it normally was on the side. Like it's on the back, but it's still you have to insert it on the side, and that can make orientation kind of annoying. So I hope it's just like directly back on the back, inserting it like forward rather than sideways or whatever. And yeah, all this. Uh, okay, comparing the bezels, that like you know how the Switch feels and looks, so you know right here. So that's a pretty big bezel. Maybe it's just for the time being that the bezel looks like this, because like I don't know. You probably could fit this all the way to there, but there's probably hardware limitations for how they made it. Yeah, I do like the black with a little bit of color, but on the console, the only bit of color being under the sticks, I still think that's cool, but I'm not too big on it. Wish I could be part of this. Was there something else they showed? No, it was just that. I think I'm done with the hardware part of it. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited. But I'm more excited for this. Hell yeah! Mario Kart is fucking back. Oh, it actually looks so good, too. Like, it felt obvious that the Booster Course Pass tracks were just, like, temporary. Quote-unquote temporary, I guess. What the hell is this button? Okay. ADHD moment. Temporary as in, like, just graphical style to use for the DLC while they put more focus on the new game. Like, there was a little bit of worry that they would continue with that art style, but this seems to look, like, pretty on par with it while also having its own art style. Different from 8, but also still looking really good. Because, like, I think it's crazy. One of the best looking Switch games is Mario Kart, which was also a Wii U game. And yeah. And right off the bat, right here, 6, 12, 18, 20 fucking 4 people. 24 racers. That's insane. They literally doubled it. They doubled the count for the race counter or whatever. And I feel like that's got to mean a lot of characters, but also, in my mind, all you can really do is just have the tour, all the single tour characters without, like, costumes. Like Poochie, Kamek, King Babam. Which people were noticing characters in this. I don't think I'm going to go through all of them, but I'm thinking, like, the course design. Right here, this is Mario Bros. Circuit. And where my mouse is just facing up here somewhere. I can just use these. Up here, it seems like maybe you could drive up this. But also, maybe that's just... I don't know. It looks like you can drive up it, but I also don't know where you would really go from there. It's like, I think that's just like a desert chilling area, like residents would use, or visitors. And you see the path go off here, and then there's this other path here, which I thought would lead onto the course, but is blocked off by all this. And then Mario Kart TV makes a comeback, which I'm honestly a little surprised at, but really all they did with Mario Kart TV that is, like, actually part of the game was show off the highlight reels at the end of the race, just with all the different camera angles. I think that was still sick, and I'd like to see that continued. And yeah, they're also keeping, like, the branding bit from 8 along with Mario Kart TV. They're just continuing with all the brand stuff, which I really like. Like, we got Mario Motors, Luigi... Got Luigi Tires. And one thing I really like, hopefully, is for the DLC courses in Tour... Or, yeah, the DLC courses in the Booster Course Pass, mainly the Tour ones, when they would have the splitting paths for each lap, it would have, like, a really ugly red arrow pointing, blocking off some path to show you it's not accessible. That seems like what this is right here, so they're going to continue that bit, but they're actually making it part of this. What do you want? What? You got something to say? Okay. They're going to continue this bit of having a different layout each lap, which I hope it's not as complicated as the tour ones were, because there was a lot of backlash from how they did it for the booster course pass, like how confusing it all was, which I didn't have a problem with it, but I do see how people could have those issues. Like, I do like that they're having this blend into the environment more, hopefully, considering this is all we're seeing and it fits the current track theme. I hope they blend in more and the courses aren't too confusing for people, just so it's like a way better experience for the first new Mario Kart in over a decade. We're getting Mario Kart and GTA 6 in the same year. That's crazy. Yeah, and the models look very new, very different. This looks like the Wonder models. So I think they found a new art style to keep with. And then at first I thought this was Donkey Kong Jr., but that's just a new Donkey Kong design. All the characters here seem to have a new design, which I kind of like. Bowser's hair seemed a little more flat, which seems like something weird to comment on, but yeah. And what all is new when they show the TV? They got this guy. Peach looks different. Ooh. Donkey Kong Diner. I thought that like this would be a sign for like showing off or teasing a new course name, but that just says Shine Sprite. So, oh, what's that back there? What? This is new to me. This looks like an anti-gravity section. Seems like they maybe kept those in, or it's just a very high racing point. Either way, I think that part looks sick. Kart customization, the same, obviously. 2 different looking tires. And then we see this again, which blocks off the path. Which, as much as I don't like the red arrows, I do like how obvious they are at the very least. These are probably also equally as obvious, but giant red arrow is more visible than stuff that blends in, but oh well. Yeah, these new booster passes, not to be confused with the booster course pass, seems like they changed up how they look a little bit. A little more sparkly, seems to match the material of the item boxes. And then people have pointed out this like golden item box here, which I'm very curious to see what that is. Oh yeah, is that a Wonder Box? Am I crazy? Or does it look like 2 eyes there? I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, watching it be animated and move, it kind of looks like a Wonder Seed. I'm gonna slow this down a little bit. Sleep timer, what the fuck? Playback speed, custom. Okay. Yeah, am I crazy? It was like right about here. Yeah, you can kind of make out a Wonder Seed in all of that, but I'm not sure. I also don't, maybe, considering my next point, it looks like there's a lot of road here, which could just be off-road, but like, this seems like a really big course. Maybe this is like the opening cutscene to have like an opening cutscene for like single player, like story mode or whatever. Cause like this seems really far away, and this is like the only thing they could be driving towards. And going forwards with like this much empty road with a couple turns doesn't seem like very good course design. But maybe I'm like okay. You could excuse this as like Excite Bike Arena, Baby Park. Those aren't good course designs, but like for this being the first new Mario Kart they're showing in a decade, maybe I'm reading into this too much. This being the first new Mario Kart they showed in a decade, maybe it's like maybe it is an opening cutscene to have it go that far. Like maybe potential Wonder Seed box or whatever could mess with like this whole terrain. Because this seems really long for like whatever appears to be nothing. 2 turns, that seems really boring to drive on. They do have cars driving on this, so that makes it a little more exciting, but I'm probably reading into all this way too much. I'm also just repeating myself. But yeah, looks very, very interesting. I don't know where someone saw this in the trailer either, but I saw someone point out a Nabbit model. So that's fucking... Oh, baby Peach. I thought they brought back Peachette for a sec. They saw a Nabbit, like, emblem somewhere. And I thought that was pretty cool. That Nabbit could be a playable character in this game. God, these environments look sick. Maybe I'm just too used to, like, Nintendo not really being able to do much. Because, like, maybe this is just a normal course. And they just have giant backgrounds. But... yeah, they all look so goofy. That's King Boo back there. Shy Guy, Waluigi, Pauline, Daisy. King Boo right there. Birdo. I don't know where people saw it, but I've seen people point out a Goomba in this. And making more, like, enemies into racers, like how Super Mario Party and Mario Party Jamboree did. I think that's really sick. And completely off topic, why the fuck did they not add Boom Boom as a playable character in Super, but Pom Pom is? I'll always be confused about that. Anyways, here's Mario Kart. Back to this. I'm not really sure what else I can say about this. 2025. Getting a new Mario Kart in 2025. That's crazy. I love these, like, tires. I love these tires as an excavator tires. Really long tires, tank tires. What I can easily, comfortably refer to. Also, nice Rosalina kart design right there. I really like how that one looks. Oh, is this a sled? Oh! Snowmobile. Oh, that's sick. They really... yeah, they're taking a lot from Tor, it seems. Or hopefully. I hope they take a lot from Tor. Purely just off the element of how much shit they have in that game. Courses... Or not courses. Characters. Kart combinations. Just kart bodies, really. Gliders, I hope, too. Because they went dummy with the gliders. 18 minutes? I've been recording for 18 minutes?